Hello everyone! For the second reading log, I chose to read the book Firebird, and it is by Misty Copeland and illustrated by Christopher Myers. In this book, it talks about a young girl who dreams of becoming a ballerina. In this plot, it goes along with a little girl admiring the older ballerina, who in this story happens to be Misty Copeland. She's writing about herself and her experiences through being a ballerina. So the little girl looks up to Misty and does not think that she could ever be the great ballerina like Misty was. So she looks very discouraged throughout the pictures. The pictures do a great job of showing the different reactions of this little girl who does not think that she could be a great ballerina. Misty then goes in and talks to the little girl, and she comes in and is that mentor person into her life. As the illustrations also do a great job of showing that interaction between these two once again, and shows this little girl really truly admiring Misty. And Misty then goes in and says about her own stories, how she was once that little girl who didn't think that she could be the ballerina that she wanted to be. How over time she was able to build herself up and be able to have that grace a ballerina has, and all the hours put into it finally paid off like it will for that little girl. In this book, it also talks about, at the very end, the little girl then becomes the ballerina that she has always wanted to be, and is now that person that she once looked up to. This book has a theme of anything is possible and that you are not alone. I think was a really major point that Misty Copeland was trying to make. At the end, Misty Copeland talks about her journey as a ballerina in a little letter at the end of how this story was important to her. So I really related well to that. I am really big into mentoring and being there for other people, and I think this book does a great job of showing the importance of being there for one another, and so on and so forth. The setting of this book was definitely in a ballet studio. It really didn't go into where, but the pictures you can infer that it was in a studio or on a stage. My reflection of this book would be that it is very important for children to understand that they are not alone. And I related it a lot to myself once again, of having once been that person looking up to the person being the mentor, being the mentee, and then also then the mentor at one point in my life. And so children really need to know that they aren't alone in this, and that they can truly have their goals. And so a really good activity I would say this book would be about 2nd grade to 5th grade. I think it's an older book to really start developing those goals, because when you're really young, of course, you know what you want to do and the goals that you have, but as you're older in that 2nd to 5th grade, you're able to really put those goals to work. And so one of my activities would be goal making, and then also they could make their very own firebird in this picture and draw what they want to be and their goals that they have, and really putting it into words, and then to also discussion.